When most people think about wealth, they picture money in the bank, luxury cars, or sprawling mansions. But the truth is, not all assets are created equal. Some lose value the moment you own them, while others quietly grow stronger over time. Cars depreciate as soon as you drive them off the lot. Gadgets become outdated within months. Fast fashion loses value almost instantly. But then there are assets that not only hold their value, but also grow in ways that can transform entire families across generations. Chapter 1. Real estate. Land is forever. Real estate is perhaps the most classic example of an asset that holds its value across centuries. Why? Because land is finite. No matter how advanced technology becomes, no one can manufacture more land. People will always need places to live, businesses will always need places to operate, and governments will always need land for infrastructure. Take Manhattan, for example. In the early 1600s, Dutch settlers purchased the island from Native Americans for trinkets. But real estate is more than just buy and hold. It's about how you manage it. Rental properties produce income every month, while the property itself appreciates in value. Commercial real estate can lock in long-term leases, creating cash flows that last for decades. Even farmland remains incredibly valuable because people will never stop needing food. Add to this the tax benefits, mortgage interest deductions, depreciation write-offs, and tax-deferred exchanges, and you begin to see why real estate is not a loss. Chapter 2. Precious metals, the original store of value. Gold and silver aren't flashy in the age of digital assets, but their power is timeless. For thousands of years, precious metals have been the foundation of wealth. Ancient civilizations minted coins from them. Kings and empires hoarded them. Even today, central banks keep gold reserves as insurance against uncertainty. Consider the 2008 financial crisis. While stocks plummeted and millions lost faith in financial markets, gold surged. Investors worldwide flocked to it because they trusted its stability. This is why wealthy individuals and governments alike treat gold as insurance. It may not generate cash flow, but it protects purchasing power. It's the kind of asset that doesn't wither with inflation or political turmoil. It often strengthens because of it. Chapter 3. Art and collectibles. Scarcity with culture. Art and collectibles fall into a unique category. They aren't essential like food or housing, but they hold immense value because of scarcity and cultural meaning. A Picasso painting, a rare Rolex watch, or a vintage Bordeaux wine all represent history, craftsmanship, and status. Because these items are limited in supply, their value often increases over time, especially when demand from wealthy collectors surges. Consider Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi. It sold for just under $60 in the 1950s. Of course, art and collectibles require knowledge and patience. Not every piece will appreciate, but when chosen wisely, these assets can outperform traditional investments, especially in times of inflation, because they represent uniqueness and legacy. Chapter 4. Equities, businesses that outlast generations. Owning stocks is essentially owning businesses, and while businesses come and go, the strongest endure for generations. Consider Coca-Cola. It was founded in 1886, and yet today it remains one of the most recognized brands worldwide. If you had invested $1,000 in Coca-Cola decades ago with dividends reinvested, that investment would now be worth hundreds of thousands. Why? Because Coca-Cola sells something the world always wants. The stock market as a whole has also proven resilient. Wars, crises, and natural disasters. Yet long-term, the equities market has overcome everything. Dividend-paying companies in particular hold value because they provide income even when markets stagnate. Utilities, consumer staples, and health companies supply essentials, power, food, medicine that people will never stop needing. Stocks, held long-term, transform from volatile bets into enduring wealth machines. Chapter 5. Intellectual property, wealth from ideas. Some of the most valuable assets in the world aren't physical at all, they're intellectual. Patents, copyrights, trademarks, and royalties generate income long after the initial work is done. Musicians like the Beatles or Queen still earn royalties decades after their songs were first recorded. Authors like J.K. Rowling continue to make millions every year from the Harry Potter franchise. Software creators earn licensing fees as long as people use their code. What makes intellectual property powerful is in the digital age, intellectual property has become even more valuable. Apps, online courses, and digital media products cost little to reproduce but can generate revenue worldwide. Once you own the rights, your earning potential scales infinitely. This is why IP is sometimes called the sleep asset. You earn money while you sleep. Chapter 6: Education and Skills, the asset within. If there's one asset inflation can't touch, it's knowledge. Skills and education hold their value across lifetimes. Unlike a degree that becomes outdated, certain skills never expire: communication, problem-solving, leadership, and financial literacy. These are transferable across industries and time. Consider Warren Buffett. He has often said the best investment he ever made wasn't a stock, it was a public speaking course. That skill enabled him to lead, to persuade, and to build relationships that powered his career. Education isn't just an expense, it's an asset that holds and multiplies its value through everything you do. Chapter 7: Businesses, the Wealth Engine. Study the wealthiest people in the world, and you'll notice most made their fortunes not from salaries, but from businesses. A well-run business holds value because it produces income, builds equity, and creates a brand that can endure for decades. Take McDonald's, for example. What began as a single hamburger stand became a global empire not only because of its food, but because of its franchising model and its ownership of prime real estate worth. Family businesses also prove this point. Across Europe and Asia, family-owned businesses have thrived for centuries, passing wealth from one generation to the next. When run properly, a business becomes more than a source of income, it becomes a dynasty. Chapter 9: Brand, Trust that Pays Dividends. In today's economy, brand is one of the most underrated assets. A strong brand creates trust, recognition, and loyalty. It allows companies to charge higher prices, attract better employees, and survive controversies. On a personal level, brand also matters. Entrepreneurs, influencers, and thought leaders who build strong reputations online create opportunities that last for years. A trusted personal brand becomes a magnet for partnerships, sponsorships, and speaking engagements. It's invisible wealth, but it holds value because trust never goes out of style. Chapter 9: Emerging Assets, Crypto and Blockchain. Although controversial and volatile, crypto has introduced a new way of thinking about assets. More importantly, blockchain technology has created entirely new asset categories: NFTs, digital land, and decentralized finance products. While speculative today, these may one day hold enduring value the way gold and real estate have for centuries. The key is recognizing which projects have substance and which are driven purely by hype. Chapter 10: Time, the asset you can never replace. Finally, we arrive at the most overlooked but most precious asset: time. Money can be lost and regained. Wealth can be created and repurposed. Love can come and go. What you can't rescue is time. The wealthy understand this deeply. They outsource tasks, delegate work, and focus only on what multiplies their value. In doing so, they buy back their time, the one resource that holds its value because it can never be replaced. Time doesn't just hold value, it defines the value of every other asset. Conclusion: building wealth that lasts. So, which assets hold their value the longest and make you rich? It's not the latest gadget or trend. It's real estate that endures through centuries. The path to wealth is not about chasing what's hot today. It's about collecting the assets that endure tomorrow. The wealthy know this. The question is, will you start building your portfolio of lasting assets now, or will you let time, the most valuable asset of all, slip away?